Welcome to Iowa and Extreme Arena for our coverage of the Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships. The Big Ten better than ever with 9 teams already qualified for the postseason. Session 1, Minnesota, Maryland, Nebraska, Illinois, Penn State, and Rutgers. Why do I say Session 1? Well, there are 2 sessions today. At 5:30 Eastern Time, we'll bring you Session 2, featuring the regular season co-champs Michigan and Michigan State, along with Ohio State and your host, the Iowa Hawkeyes. I need to remind you that in 2014, Michigan was in Session 1 at Penn State, and they won the Big Ten title. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dean Linke, delighted to be with 4-time Big Ten champion from Michigan, Olivia Karras. And of course, Olivia, this is the time you love.
Big Ten postseason is here. This is a championship arena with a championship feel. The athletes look ready. The energy in here is fantastic. I'm excited for a big day.
All right, Olivia, let's go to work and break down the all-around story in Session 1.
There is lots to talk about, so let's get started. And we will start with Gianna Gerdes from Minnesota. She stepped up this year as a leader, competing on all 4 events, notching a career high in the all-around and on floor exercise, and she has been a difference maker for the Golden Gophers. Mia Takakawa is a name you know well at this point, and there is a reason why. She is the reigning Big Ten beam champion, notched perfect 10 on the event a couple times, and she is lights out across the board. Hannah Joyner holds the program record all-around score, but she's also the first ever gymnast at Rutgers to earn 4 consecutive first-team All-Big Ten honors, an amazing accomplishment for an athlete who is still heating up. And now a freshman, Ava Piedrahita, has come in for the Nittany Lions and has been game-changing for them on all 4 events, particularly on vault and floor. She will be trying to get after an all-around title in her freshman season. Emma Spence from Nebraska has just been climbing every week. She just got a career high 39.65 last weekend, 99.75 bars. And she talked to me yesterday. She said, keep your eyes up. I'm ready to go. And finally, from Maryland, Emma Silberman has been amazing coming back from an injury on all 4 events, in particular, holding the Maryland program record on bars with a 9.95.
And of course, we also have event specialists.
We are crowning event titles. Maddie Quarles and Emily Lease on vault are 2 of the best in the nation. Both could come away with the title. On bars, Cassidy Rushlow, 9.975 near perfect routine this season, but Aleka Chiknius has been climbing up there as well, really looking to hone in for that bars title. Balance beam, we talked about Mia Takakawa, but Maddie Komarovsky, the freshman from Maryland, has really been putting up the numbers, and so is Sophia McClellan. She is one of my favorite beam workers in the NCAA. And don't forget about your floor queens, Mia Towns and Maya Hooten, 2 of the best performers and gymnasts on floor exercise in the Big Ten and in the country.
Great job, Olivia. 6 outstanding teams usually means 6 outstanding coaches. For Illinois, Natalie Walsh, now in her 6th season, a bright light indeed for the Illini. Brett Nelligan, 14th season, 20 overall after replacing his father, Bob Nelligan, keeping it in the Nelligan family. Jenny Hansen, a great gymnast at Minnesota, now in her 8th season as the head coach of the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And Nebraska's Heather Brink, an all-around champion, a perfect 10 from Heather Brink, now in her 5th season actually as the head coach at Nebraska. And Penn State, Sarah Shire Brown, her 6th season, the former superstar gymnast out of Mizzou. And leading the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, Umi Salim Beasley, who had a perfect 10 on the bars as a gymnast at West Virginia. Those are the 6 head coaches in Session 1. Great to be alongside Olivia Karras. This is how it's going to work. Remember, there's 6 teams, so 2 will be on bye, Maryland and Rutgers. Penn State will start on the vault, Minnesota on the bars, Nebraska on the beam, Illinois on the floor. Minnesota, 19 in the country on the bars.
Minnesota's bar lineup is phenomenal, and I like them starting there because they have a very calm and experienced bar team. So it's really nice for them to start over on that event and get everything rolling. Nice to see a lot of difficulty on the event, so they're going to set the standard very high over for the remainder of the competition on bars.
See the Minnesota Golden Gophers getting ready. They'll lead off with Sierra Johnston over on beam. Nebraska will lead off with Asia Hall. Still some final warm-ups here. Penn State will start on the vault with the sophomore from Latvia, Alina Virova. Penn State 25th in the country on the vault. I mentioned earlier that 9 teams have already qualified for the postseason from the Big Ten. Michigan, number 2, and they beat Oklahoma. As you see, Michigan State at 9, Ohio State at 15, Minnesota at 20, Maryland at 22, Nebraska 23, Illinois 24, Iowa 25. They're already in the postseason. That's awesome.
It's so impressive. And this competition, of course, is going to crown a Big Ten champion. But seeing the amazing progress and success of these teams nationally is really phenomenal. And that makes this competition more exciting. It's going to be a close meet. It's all going to come down to stock landings.
Don't forget, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Iowa will be in that evening session. They're at Colombo for Nebraska. Nebraska will start on beam, and Illinois will start on the floor with Mia Takakawa. So final huddles, what do you remember about that final huddle at the Big Ten Championships where you won 4 of them, Olivia?
At this point in the season, it's autopilot. The athletes know what they're doing. The lineups are, for the most part, pretty secure. And it's just about going out and having fun, doing the best routine you can under the lights at this amazing arena. So there's not much as a coach you need to say anymore, but just go out there, have fun, and enjoy the moment.
Penn State Nittany Lions, Nebraska Cornhuskers. It was an electric day yesterday, and then for the first time in quite some time, because of COVID, they had the banquet, and the banquet was off the charts rocking. It was awesome.
It was so lovely to recognize all of the athletes and their accomplishments this season at the banquet all together, and now we get to watch them shine and compete at the Big Ten Championship. This arena is truly championship worthy, so this is going to be great.
Yeah, everything about this event has been first class. The press conference was uniquely different, and now we're ready to bring it to you. And we'll start with Mia Takakawa, 9.925 career high, 9.875 season high. She had a 9.875 in her last event. Mia Takakawa was one of the athletes at the press conference. I was blown away by her.
She is such a well-spoken young woman, and honestly, I have loved getting to know her as a person because she's really she's going to do big things.
The 2023 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championship Session 1 is underway. Take it away, Mia Takakawa, Illinois.
First pass for Mia. She's going to open up with a Rudy to a split jump. Beautiful height on that jump out of the first tumbling pass.
Mia, a senior from Sacramento, Byers-Roseville Gymnastics.
Loving the energy so far in this routine. Second pass for Mia Takakawa. Big double pike. Beautiful control on the landing. Kept the front foot planted. Lunged backwards. That is what we call a zero deduction lunge. Beautiful leap elements there. All athletes are required to do both tumbling passes to reach a perfect 10-0 start value as well as a leap combination. Mia is such a phenomenal performer as she gears up for her final tumbling pass. Round off 1.5 to a front layout. Little bit of bent knees there on the final salto, but a zero deduction landing and a lot of excitement for the phenomenal Mia Takakawa.
What a great way to kick it off as we move over to Penn State and the vault. Elena Virova, sophomore from Latvia, 9.875 career high.
And Elena does a front entry vault. Beautiful front handspring to a front pike. She has pristine form in the air. Just a hop forward, which the judges will deduct for a very slight over rotation, but the form is lovely.
Second to go for Minnesota on the bars, Gianna Gertis, 9.9 career high set this year. She has really stepped up for the Minnesota Golden Gophers and is becoming one of the top gymnasts, not just in the conference, but nationally as well.
And we talked about her in the Open for a reason. She is now in all 4 events competing as an all-arounder. She's really worked a lot on uneven bars to make it into the lineup, hone on all of the areas where you need to be flawless, and find that landing on the dismount. Gorgeous opening connection. Maloney to Bayo. With this angle here, we saw a little bit of leg separation on the backswing. Reminder, the judges sit on the sides, so they may not have seen that. And a full twisting double tuck to a perfect zero deduction stop landing. As I said at the top of the show, Dean, they were phenomenal on bars at the duel against Michigan, and it's going to come down to those stuck landings.
First team all Big Ten selection, Gianna Gertis, the sophomore from Delaware, Ohio. Emma Sipton just got on the beam for Nebraska, second up. Her career high, 9.925 set this season.
She had a little bit of trouble last week in their competition, so this is a redemption routine. And that's the way to start at a triple series. Unbelievably difficult. 2 back handsprings to a layout step out.
Sophomore from Dallas with Metroplex Gymnastics.
Beautiful cartwheel there. All athletes are required to do a forward or sideways skill and a backward skill, so that is fulfilling the requirement. Split jump to a sheep jump. Little hesitation there on the landing, but very nice job bringing it back. And just the dismount, a gainer full to a stuck landing. That is exactly what Nebraska wants on balance beam. Starting on beam is not easy, let me tell you, and they are doing a great job so far.
Maddie Johnston, second to go, the junior from Hills Gym in Maryland. Career high, season high, 9.875.
Maddie performs a full twisting Yurchenko. Beautiful landing there. Little bit of legs on the vault in itself, a little bend in the knees, but that is a phenomenal minimized deduction landing.
Now we'll move back over to Minnesota on the bars. Marissa Jenks, career high, season high, 9.9 for the Golden Gophers.
Nice job working through that first release move. She caught a little close. The judges will deduct for that. Well done, bail handstand transition. Nice handstand on top of the bar. Just the dismount. Let's see if she can keep the stick energy going. Smallest little hop forward, very, very minimal, but that's a hit routine. Again, 6 gymnasts compete, 5 scores count. You always want to make sure you're doing your absolute best, even if there's a mistake in there, as you don't know what could happen.
Cassidy Rushlow, third vaulter, career high 9.9, season high 9.85. Second team all Big Ten.
Gorgeous vault for Cassidy. Just a hop backward, which unfortunately was a little bit of a sizable hop. Little pike in the hips there, which resulted in the over rotation and the hop backward, but an absolutely great vault for Cassidy Rushlow.
Live on the floor for Illinois, Abby Miller, 9.925. Career high, 9.9 season high.
Miller has such a beautiful floor routine. She's so expressive.
The junior from Rochester, Minnesota, classic gymnastics.
First pass for Abby. Full twisting, double tuck. That is an upgrade for her, and man, was it done well. Beautiful work. Just a little over-rotated, but really well done. Second pass, front layout to a front full. I love how the second salto rose above the first one. That's exactly what the judges are looking for a zero deduction tumbling pass. Very nice leaps as well, fulfilling her leap combination. Final pass for Abby. Big double tuck. There we go. Really well done. The tiniest bit of a bobble there, but she minimized the deduction as best as possible. And the loveliest smile to finish off that routine. She has been phenomenal this season for the Illini.
Fourth up for the Golden Gophers on the bars, Hallie Remlinger with a career-high, season-high 9.875.
Hallie is such a beautiful bar worker. Massive ray release move, done so perfectly. Toe handstand into her transition. Bail handstand, a little shy of the perfect handstand position on the low bar, but brings it back really well. Hitting handstand on the high bar. Let's see if she can also get the stick. Her feet did not move, but a little bit of a shoulder dip there. So not perfect, but the judges will not deduct for foot movement.
All right, Olivia, we'll move to Isabella Salcedo, the sophomore from Arlington, Texas. Texas Dreams, career-high 9.85.
Different vault here, half on, front pike. Oh, big step on the landing. I saw her totally drill one in the 4-minute touch. So unfortunately, a decently large step forward, which will be a deduction for over-rotation as well as the step.
Clara Colombo, fourth to go for Nebraska, 9.85 career and season high set this season. It's worth mentioning Nebraska had a great big fives, finishing second in their session, and I feel like we kind of got lost in all the movement. It was at Nebraska. They performed really well in front of their home crowd.
They did. They have totally been heating up this season. Unfortunately, a little bend there in the hips. The judges will deduct for the bend, and if she did touch the beam or not, I can't see here from this angle, but if she did, that is also another deduction. Very well done jump combination, though, after the slight bobble. Difficult double stag jump. Beautiful full turn, a required element for all gymnasts on balance beam to perform a turn. And just the dismount for Clara. Cartwheel tucked, 1.5, hop to the side, so the judges will deduct for the hop as well as the direction, as she did jump to the right, but great work.
Rutuja Nataraj, 9.925 career high, season high.
And this is huge. Full twisting, double chuck, little bit of chest down position there on the landing, which resulted in the littlest bobble. So the judges will deduct for that. And a little off balance on her jumps on the wolf turning jump. She just lost a shoulder movement there, and the dip made it for a little bit of a deduction. Front layout to a front full, well done, bringing it back after the couple errors there in the beginning.
Out of Connecticut Gymnastics, Rutu. Telling us yesterday she also goes by Tutu. Her teammates love her.
That is so cute, I love that. Great routine for Rutu, not her best one. I've seen her do some pretty near flawless routines this season, but great routine, stayed on her feet, nice work. See
Natalie Wash, the sixth season head coach. Salas with a 9.925 career high, 9.9 season high, fifth goal for Minnesota. You see two 9.85s already for Gertis and Remlinger, respectively.
And this is one of my favorite bar routines. So unique and different. Tiari is phenomenal on this event. Little short there on the handstand, but check this out. Corkina release move, so unique. She has amazing height on the release move, and just the dismount. I saw her nail this in warm-up. There it is. Perfect stuck landing, big hugs. Phenomenal work for Tiari Salas. She has been on fire this season.
Jessica Johansson, 9.9 career high, 9.85 season high, the sophomore.
Another full twisting Yurchenko. Beautiful execution, just the smallest little hop there. Really well done overall on that vault after the larger step from Salcedo right before her.
Last to go on the bars for Minnesota, Maya Hooten. First team All Big Ten, career high 9.95.
And this is a new event for Maya. She didn't compete this as much last season. Huge piked Jaeger directly into a shoot over. See if she can get this handstand. Well done, working through it to get to perfect handstand position. And a great dismount. I saw a little bit of movement on one of her feet, but that is a put together lineup for the Golden Gophers.
Emma Spence, fifth to go on the beam for Nebraska, 9.925. Emma Spence, one of the athletes featured yesterday, also outstanding.
Beautiful double rope turn there, so difficult. That skill has become much more popular as of lately. Her series, a front aerial. She was a little bit off, but did a very nice job working through it into her two back handspring series connection.
Sophomore from Canada, from the Dynamo Club Gymnastics.
Leap combination, switch leap, beat jump a little low with her back leg on the split position. The judges are looking for perfect 180 degrees, and anything shy of that does garner a deduction. Just the dismount, round off 1.5 twist, perfect stuck landing. Heather Brink with the arms in the air. Heather said, if you're ever gonna mimic me as a coach, just throw your arms up in the air, and she is not kidding.
Nice work by Nebraska, 27th in the country. Illinois, 23rd in the country on the floor. You see the 9.875 from Caden Fitzgibbon. Last to go live is Mia Towns, 9.95 career and season high, 9.925 in her last event.
Mia Towns is one of my favorite floor workers. So much expression. And she likes to have fun, that's for sure. First pass for Mia. Front handspring, front double twist. Beautiful work there. A little bit of a crossover step forward, but as she is rotating forwards, a step forward is considered a perfect lunge. When you're moving backward, step back is considered a perfect lunge. And now the fun starts, Dean.
Second team All Big Ten, Mia Towns.
Second pass for Mia, 1.5. Front full, that is beautiful. Well done.
Part of the Crenshaw Athletic Club. So much fun watching Mia.
It's an absolute treat to watch this routine live. Gorgeous height on her jumps and a beautiful finish for the wonderful Mia Towns. Loving the excitement.
Last to go on the vault for Penn State, Ava Piedrahita, second team All Big Ten, 9.95.
Another half on front pike vault, similar to Salcedo. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful job, little hop, but Ava Piedrahita on her way to a phenomenal freshman campaign at the championships.
Session 1 complete. When we return, Maryland and Rutgers will enter the fray. It's the Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships on the Big Ten Network. The Gymnastics Championship is brought to you by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference, and by Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. You heard us mention the banquet last night already. It was just wonderful, and these smiles, these faces, they tell the story.
It was a phenomenal event, and huge shout out to Corey Tomlinson for such an amazing event. It was so uplifting. It was phenomenal to award all of these athletes, and it was a great time.
Michigan with 5 members on the first team All Big Ten. Mia Takakawa, we saw her already. Q for Iowa. Delaney Harkness, Schulte, Smith, and Steven. And here's the second team All Big Ten, including 3 Buckeyes who will be in the later session as well. Lexi Edwards, Sydney Jennings, and Nicole Riccardi. The second rotation, Penn State, Nebraska will sit out. Illinois on vault, Rutgers on bars, Minnesota on beam, Maryland on the floor. Great to be in Iowa as we get ready for the second rotation. The 4-box, Illinois on the vault, Rutgers on the bars, Minnesota on the beam, Maryland on the floor. This is awesome.
This is phenomenal. The energy in this building is so amazing. I am absolutely loving being right here next to the vault landing. We get to see everything the judges are seeing here on vault. Lots of energy and excitement as the first rotation is in the books, and now we get to see our first look at Rutgers and Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland 19th in the country on the floor. Illinois 36 in the country. And the big question is Mia Takakawa, whether or not she is going to slide into the lineup, which would then make her eligible for the all-around title.
And I know when I talked to head coach Natalie Walsh, she said, we are going to make the decision in the 4-minute touch. And if I'm looking at the timing correctly, the 4-minute touch is done. So brief little coaches conference as they start to figure out what they want their final lineup to be. At the end of the day, though, it's all about putting the best 6 athletes up on your event who you feel, based on the warm-up and their training during the week, are going to put up the best score. And that's the most important thing here. And if I know Mia Takakawa like I do, I know all she cares about is that her teammates and her team goes out and crushes it with or without her. And so we'll see what they decide to do.
First time we see Rutgers and Maryland. They had the bye in the first round. Remember, 6 teams, 4 apparatus, so 2 teams sit out every rotation. This time it'll be Penn State and Nebraska. But hello, Umi Salim Beasley, who had a rough week on Tuesday in practice on the high bars. She was moving away one of the apparatus and thought that the athlete was going to go forward and knocked her out. She was fully concussed.
She is a trooper, and actually I just got word that Mia Takakawa will not be vaulting, so she is no longer eligible for the all-around. But that means that was the call made, and they're going to do the best that they can as a team to put up the best vaults.
All right, we'll start with Rutgers as we welcome them into Session 1 of the Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships. Jordan Zeeden-Weber, career high 9.8.
Opening release move there for Jordan, a little low in amplitude. Judges are looking for height and distance from the bar on those release moves, but nice transition as she gets back up. Short handstand there, but a blindfold into a double tuck. And a stuck landing, arms in the air for Umi Salim Beasley. The heels have come off. She is ready to get in the grits of it on bars with this bar squad who's been looking phenomenal.
Emily Cook, Minnesota, 9.925. We talk a lot about lines and we talk a lot about elegance. Emily personifies that on the beam for Minnesota.
She's a gorgeous balance beam worker. Beautiful opening series there. Just a little loose in her back leg on her layout step out. Of course, judges are looking for execution as well as difficulty. Beat jump into very difficult split three-quarter jump, landing sideways on the balance beam.
Sophomore from Bloomington, Minnesota.
This is a highlight for me. A front toss on one leg into a scale. My goodness, is that beautiful. Holding the scale position. Such elegance and balance there. And just the dismount, round off 1.5 twist to a stuck landing. Emily Cook has stepped up in that leadoff spot on beam, and she has done carbon copy routines like that all season long.
Great job calling out that one leg in advance. It's
Gorgeous.
so awesome. Yeah. This is Abby Miller, 9.875 career high, 9.85 season high, coming off a 9.75.
Abby can get really nice distance. Little bit of a pike in the body position, which resulted in the decent hop backwards. But loving the excitement, and of course there is Miss Mia Takakawa, literally right there to give her a high five when Abby Miller went in for her. So that's the type of amazing camaraderie we're looking at right here.
All right, now we move to Adams, second to go for Rutgers. Jordan Zeta Weber in with a 9.75. Adams' career high set this year for 9.8.
Half turn there and almost over, really well done, not falling back on that handstand position, but a dynamic combination. Very short there on her handstand. Unfortunately, the judges will deduct for that. And a big dismount and a couple steps. It looked like she just lost a little bit of the perfect landing there. She did not fall, but those were a couple steps backward and under rotation. So unfortunately, the judges will deduct for each step and the under rotation position.
Naila Adams, a freshman from Missouri City, Texas, Pearl Land. Second vaulter for Illinois, Julia Waite. Career highs 9.8, 9.875 rather, 2 times. Season highs a 9.8.
Julia performs a Yurchenko layout, half a blind landing. Oh yeah, beautiful job. So difficult when you're landing forwards. You can't see the mat as easily, and that's as good as it can get.
Second up for the Gophers on the beam with their 41st in the country, Lauren Pearl, 9.875. Cook, by the way, in with a 9.9. Good start.
Gorgeous back handspring layout, so aggressive from Lauren. The key to balance beam is if you go into it a little nervous, that's where mistakes happen, but the aggressive beam work is the type of beam work that really shines, and so far that's what we're seeing here from Lauren Pearl.
Beam has been an issue, though, for Minnesota this year, where they're last in the conference, and we're so used to seeing Ramler and Loper and them really crush the beam. But obviously a great start with Cook.
Great start, and I'm loving what I'm seeing so far here from Lauren Pearl. She is continuing that momentum. Absolutely lovely front aerial to beat jump. This routine so far has been pretty near flawless. Just the dismount, back handspring into a gainer full. See if she can get the stick. Smallest little hop in place, but that is 2 for 2. Pretty flawless beam routines from Minnesota. And as you said, Dean, they've had some trouble, but this is a good start.
Pearl, freshman from Milford. We'll move back over to vault, third to go for the Illini, Michaela Green. 9.8, 3 times this season. She has been a model of consistency.
This is a big vault. If she can find the landing, it'll be great. Just a step backwards, but a lovely vault. Michaela Green has just been awesome on vault for the Illini.
First time we're seeing Maryland today. Madeline Komorowski, you highlighted her in the open. Career high set this year, 9.925.
Talk about elegance meets power. Maddie Komorowski is so good when it comes to performance, hitting those split positions in every leap that she does. Gorgeous ring position and tourjete ring, little bobble there on the landing. Very difficult to take your head off the floor and land perfectly.
Freshman from Pennsylvania, Pine Richland High School.
tumbling pass for Maddie Komarovsky. 1.5 to a front layout. Gorgeous landing. Excellent execution. And just a freshman, we get more time with her in her career, and she's really made a name for herself on this Terrapin team.
What a job Brett Nelligan has done. 14 years now, 6 years as an assistant to his father. And he's like, yep, just like that, I've been with the program 20 years. Mia Towns, fourth up for the Illini on the vault. 9.925 career high, 9.9 season high at a 9.85. Second team All Big Tenner.
A 1.5, our first look at a 10-0 start value. Gorgeous job. I saw her struggle a bit in the 4-minute touch, so to see her nail that right there is great. Little deduction on the direction, but great work.
Ella Aird, see Ortiz with the 9.7. Ella Aird, fourth to go for Rutgers, 9.875 career and season high set this year.
Massive piked Jaeger, so much height there. Really nice bail handstand. Back up to the high bar, a little bit muscling it to get up to the perfect handstand position. We'll see if she can get the dismount. Oh, just that step forward, a little bit of an under rotation, but it's great seeing her back in the lineup as she did sit out a couple weeks after very minor foot injury at Penn State in the regular season, but seeing her back on the floor is a treat.
Sophomore from Winter Garden, Florida, and Windermere High School Air. We go back to Rue 2 for the Illini, fifth to go. 9.9 career high, season high, 9.875, coming off a 9.8.
Another 1.5 twist, 10-0 start value, blind landing. Good work. She didn't quite stay patient enough to absorb the landing and did hop to the side. As you see, those lines on the mat are meant to be a suggestion of directional deductions for the judges. So she will get a deduction a little bit for that hop to the side, but love seeing the difficulty of those 10-0 start values.
Abby Nyland, 9.875 career high, 9.7 season high. Abby Nyland for Minnesota on the beam.
Abby had a little trouble last week, only scoring a 9.625. So like Lauren Pearl, this is a great redemption opportunity for her. Nice full turn, open up the routine. Big test here, 2 back handsprings into a layout step out. Lovely job, so difficult. We saw that similar triple series earlier from Emma Simpton, and love the beam difficulty this season with the new rule change.
Abby, a senior from Rogers, Minnesota.
Pitch kick to switch side. Judges are looking for, again, that perfect 180-degree split, even in the straddle position. So needed to get that left leg up just a little bit more. Oh no. Great save there. Almost a fall. That will be a large deduction, unfortunately, but she did not fall, so that is good save. Veteran move for sure, and the gainer pike couldn't quite hold the landing and had to step into the salute. So the judges won't take a huge deduction, but they will deduct for lack of control.
First pass for Emma Silberman, second team All Big Ten on the floor for Maryland. Career high set this year of a 9.9.
And she just exudes happiness when she competes across the board, but in particular on floor exercise. Coming back from an injury and contributing as an all-arounder is so impressive. some really good floor energy as she gets ready. A couple deep breaths here before her final tumbling pass. She ends with a tricky one. It's a front handspring into a double twist. Good, working through that. Ending with an E element that many athletes begin with. Nice difficulty and a beautiful finish for the great Emma Silverman.
Second team All Big Ten, Emma Silverman. Hannah Joyner, you mentioned her accolades, making history at Rutgers. 5th to go on the bars for the Scarlet Knights.
Good handstand to start things off. And a nice straddle Jaeger. Down to the low bar, a little bit of a leg separation on the bail handstand. She was just shy of handstand as well. That was a nice aggressive handstand on the high bar. Just the dismount here, double layout. Couldn't quite control the landing there for a perfect control and zero deduction situation, but Hannah Joyner is just phenomenal.
Just getting on the beam, Salas with a career high of 9.9.
Another triple series, and that layout step out was the highest I've ever seen her perform. Beautiful job.
Senior from Henderson, Nevada.
Switch leap to immediate switch side. Difficult dance element. Nice full turn, a requirement. Just the dismount here for Tiari. Gator pike. Stock landing. Exactly what they needed after only a 9.45 from Abby Nyland right before her. Tiari Sales delivers when they needed it.
Also delivering for Minnesota was Lauren Pearl with a new career high of 9.9. Ariel Ward, last to go for the Illini. Her career high is a 9.85.
It's great to see her back in the lineup. Nice full twisting Yurchenko. See how her left foot stepped over that line. That is not a deduction, although the judges can deduct for direction if they see that foot step over the line, but unlike floor, it is not an automatic deduction.
Last to go, Reese McClure, 9.925. You see her head coach, Brett Nelligan. Maryland, remember, 19th in the country on the floor. Wow, good amplitude.
Huge double tuck. Love to make sure that she didn't step out of bounds there, as stepping out of bounds is a flat 1/10 deduction, and she stayed in. All good there. Second pass for Reese. Front layout to a Rudy. Good job working through that. A little flat there on the second salto. Judges would like to see that salto rise, but a zero deduction landing nonetheless.
Reese is feeling it. The senior from Frederick, Maryland, Tuscarora High School.
I mean, I feel like if you have Dancing Queen as your music, it's just asking the crowd to get up and dance. Final pass for Reese McClure. Front lay to a front full. And finishing it off with Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, that's how you do it, Dean.
You're rolling with me now. I like it.
I'm loving it.
Last up on the beam, first team All Big Ten, Gianna Gertis, 9.9 career high set this year. This is kind of her team now, Gianna Gertis along with Maya Hooten.
Really nice front aerial, a little bit of a balance check there, nothing major, but remember they want to drop that sub 9.5 score from Abby Nyland, so this is a very important routine. Good work on the back handspring layout. She fell on that series last weekend, but today she was totally fine. Split jump to a double stag jump. Good work, so much control in her body position. You see the focus in her eyes as she gets ready for the final element of her routine. Back handspring to a gainer full off the side. And a stuck landing. Gianna Curtis has literal tape and glue on her feet, but dang, that was phenomenal, and that's exactly what they needed. Wow.
Great job by Minnesota on the beam. Lauren Pearl with a career high, and then Gianna Gertis, first team All Big Ten. Rotation 3 when we return. Stay with us. Rotation 2, so now all 6 teams have at least one score so far. Minnesota, the 9-8. 7-2-5 leading at the moment. Back for rotation 3 after this. Session 1, the Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championship, a great environment, and it'll be even louder tonight. Off to a great start, and of course, gymnastics can be so brutal because it's about imperfection quite often and deductions.
It's all about judging deductions, and loving this graphic here from our amazing crew. Point deductions. What exactly garners a deduction in Big Ten women's gymnastics? Actually, in NCAA gymnastics. Flexed feet, bent legs, and we're talking execution. That's what we're talking about. When your legs are crossed while you're twisting, it can be up to about a 10th deduction. Little leg separation, I mentioned that a lot on even bars. Insufficient split, we talk about 180 degrees. You want to hit that split position. Obviously, a fall on any event is a flat 5/10 off. And then, of course, hops, steps, that can be up to a 10th for each of those. And mentioned it earlier, out of bounds, flat 1/10. You can put your toe out, you can land all the way out, flat 1/10. So if anyone goes out, you will see that come off of their overall score.
6-time All-American Olivia Karras breaking it down. This is the last rotation. What stands out for Olivia Karras?
Rutuja Nataraj was phenomenal on vault. The 9.825, in my opinion, truly doesn't do the vault justice. Really well done over there. A little bit of trouble on uneven bars for Rutgers, but check out that 9.775 from Hannah Joyner. Again, it wasn't perfect, but she worked through it like the veteran she is, minimized deductions, and get herself a good score. Balance beam. I don't really have enough words to talk about the 49.425 on balance beam, but the 2.99s, Cook and Pearl, to start things off for Minnesota, that's really special, and that's momentum that I hope they keep going with for the rest of the meet. And finally, Maryland on floor. Reese McClure was just such a joy to watch, but that 9.825 from Emma Silverman, we talked about her earlier, coming back from a knee injury, competing floor exercise, that is a phenomenal accomplishment, and I love seeing her smile and enjoy competing.
You nailed it with Minnesota, their season high score on the beam.
Wow.
Great to be alongside Olivia Karras, the 4-time Big Ten champion from Michigan. I'm Dean Linke. Always look forward to this event. And it's not just today, it was yesterday as well.
And it was so fun to watch practice because I felt like, Dean, we got to experience these athletes a little more in a comfort setting. They weren't competing. There wasn't as much stress of lineups and hitting. We got to talk to them as women and the coaches as men and women who are coaching these athletes toward greatness. And that was very special.
Reminding you that the first session, the 6 teams here, it's determined by their regular season finish. So the top 4 get the evening session that we've come to go with, and also known as session 2. And then these 6 teams are in session 1. But if you remember, I talked about in the Open, 2014 at Penn State, Michigan had a rare off regular season boom. They delivered in the morning session in the clubhouse. They won the whole thing.
It all comes down to who's going to hit and who's going to hit best on the same day. And loving that 4-box, you get to see as much action as possible here in Iowa.
Penn State on the bars, 29th in the country. They'll start with Jessica Johansson, who set her career high this year with a 9.85. Johansson Johnson, 1-2 for Sarah Shire Brown and the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Nice first handstand, held it there. Show the judges not to deduct anything. Good Tkachev release move, lacking a little bit of amplitude. Not on that pack salto though, very floaty and lovely. Back up to the high bar. Good job on that handstand, and just the dismount here, it's a double layout. Let's see if she can get that stick. Small hop forward, but the routine on the bar was really well done, and great leadoff performance for the Nittany Lions.
sophomore out of Gymnastics Express. Now we go to Maryland on the vault. They're 25th in the country. Second team all Big Ten. Josephine Kogler, career high 9.9, season high 9.875.
Josephine performs a full twisting Yurchenko. Really good job. Little hop backward, but she is so elegant. You'll see on balance beam how elegant she is.
Yeah, I thought Kogler was really good. Just that little step. Elia Aird, 9.85. Rutgers 23rd in the country on the beam, and I love this mount from Aird. Unbelievably
difficult candlestick mount. So hard going into the balance beam blind. Elia Aird, as I mentioned, was out for a couple weeks after a little bit of a foot blip. It's phenomenal seeing her back in these lineups as she is a key contributor.
Leah, sophomore from Winter Garden, Florida.
First big test here, back handspring layout, step out series. Very nice. Head coach Umi Salim Beasley told me that they love having Aaliyah go first. They love how calm she is. Nice job there, a little bit off, nothing major, but she managed to minimize the deduction very well. Split jump to a straddle half, really difficult jump combination. And a front gainer full, oh, big step backward, unfortunately. That will be an under rotation as well as the step backward. The routine before that was really great, so I'm bummed about that landing.
Maddie Johnson, second to go for Penn State. Career high, season high, 9.9. You see Johansson in with a 9.8.
Beautiful opening combination. Maloney to bail handstand, held the handstand on the low bar. Just a little shy of perfect handstand there, but a stuck landing for Maddie Johnson on her dismount. She is icy when she competes. I love that.
Johnson representing Hills Gymnastics. First pass here for Rourke, Nebraska. You see Keeneman in with a 9.7.
Front through to a double tuck. Little bit of an over rotation, had to hop backward. Again, the judges are looking for a perfectly controlled lunge so the athletes can land, keep their front foot planted down and lunge backwards or forwards if you're doing a forward skill. So just a little off there for Hallie.
9.9 career high set this season. Two box with Emily Lease getting ready to go for Rutgers.
Really nice double pike there from Hallie. Very controlled. Emily Lease stepping up on balance beam. She was just competing floor exercise and vault for Rutgers, but now adding beam in. Love to see that. A nice finish from Hallie on floor. A little bit of a bobble there on her jump series, but no bobbles over on beam. Emily Lease opening it up with her series front toss back handspring.
Emily Lease, career high 9.825. Ran into her earlier and she told me she was flat out ready to go. They were really fired up. Rutgers with something to prove here today, I think.
They do, and so far they're doing a really great job. This routine is calm, it's fluid.
Lease, a junior from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Just the dismount, front tuck with a full twist to a stuck landing. That's as good as I've seen her do all season, and in my opinion, should top her 9.825 career high. Bravo to Emily Lease.
She said she was ready.
She sure did, and she was not kidding, that's for sure.
Well done, Emily Lease. We'll wait and see if she tops her 9.825. That was solid, Olivia. Taylor Rex, second to go for Maryland, 9.875. Career and season high set this year.
Full twisting your Chanko here for Taylor. Oh gosh. Good height there on the vault, but it looked like she just lost a little bit of her body positioning there, and unfortunately had a very large hop backwards, so the judges will deduct for that and the over rotation.
We move back to the Big Red. Nebraska on the floor with her 32nd in the country. Kylie Pieringer set her career high this year. What a great pass right there, 9.925.
Nice double tug. She just lunged forward instead of backward. I'm being really picky here, Dean. We're at championships. Middle pass, 1.5 to a front layout. Nice job on the landing.
Kylie, a senior from Ramsey, New Jersey.
Good job getting those jumps all the way around. Judges are looking for feet placement on the takeoff and the landing of each jump to make sure the athletes don't cheat on their jump positioning. Beautiful double double pike there for Kylie Pieringer.
That's Jacqueline Manifold on the beam for Rutgers on the right side. Good work by Kylie Pieringer.
Difficult leap combination there. Switch leap to a split jump with 3/4. And hey, look at that 9.85 from Emily Lease.
Career high.
We were calling it, and she called it too.
Jacqueline Manifold, season high, career high, 9.9.
The dismount, front layout with a full twist, another stuck landing. These Scarlet Knights are bringing it over here after just a little bit of a wobbly landing there for Aaliyah Aird. They are coming back.
Gabby Galentine, 9.95 career high, season high, 9.9. The transfer from Florida.
Gorgeous Maloney position there. Right back down to the pack salto. Little rushed there on the half turn, nothing major. The judges are looking for those turns to land right in handstand position. Let's see if she can get the dismount here. Double layout. Small little scoot backward, but I love her excitement. Seeing transfers go to different schools, and regardless of why and how they transfer, just thriving is a wonderful thing.
Reese McClure, outstanding on the floor, now on the vault. Career high, 9.9.
Another full twisting Yurchenko here for Reese. Oh, just that hop backward. The vault execution is beautiful, as we talked about with the deductions. There's no leg cross in the turn. Her knees are straight. Her toes are pointed. Just the hop is what the judges will take.
Martina Coleman. As you see, Pieringer with the 9.8. Coleman's career high. Olivia, 9.9.
Lovely half in, half out. Big upgrade there for Martina. Difficult jump combination for Martina. Nice work.
On the beam, Gianna Ortiz, 9.875. The two-box Big Ten Network Women's Gymnastics Championships, Session 1.
Loving this two-box. Shout out to our crew for that one, giving you as much gymnastics in real time as possible. Triple series here for Gianna. Back handspring. Oh no. Oh, I saw that she was a little off there on her second back handspring. Only got 1 foot on the beam, so unfortunately, that is a little bit of a larger deduction than just a straight fall, since the second foot did not hit the apparatus. Oh, gosh. A great finish over there by Martina Coleman, loving the hugs. Remember, you never know what can happen, so you always have to finish off your routine, and that's exactly what Gianna did. Stuck landing there, not the routine she wanted, but you never know what's going to count, so you have to keep going.
Ava Piedrahita, second team All Big Ten. 9.875 career high.
Good first handstand on the low bar. Nice Maloney Pack Salto connection. A little leg separation going into the first release move, but no issues on the half turn there. Perfect execution. Nice job working through that last handstand. Let's see if she can get the stick. Oh, little step back. Not a perfect stuck landing, but a hit routine.
Olivia Weir, 9.875 career high, 9.85 season high.
And she can launch this vault just like that. The smallest little hop backward, but she is on fire this season with those vaults. Really getting the numbers in.
Sophia McClellan, second team All Big Ten. 9.925 career and season high on the floor for Nebraska.
Difficult punch front double full.
Hannah Joyner on the 2 box. 9.95, getting ready to go on the beat for Rutgers. Little bit of a slip there by McClellan.
But nice job not falling. She very well could have completely fallen. Lots of leg strength went into making sure that she stayed on her feet. Hannah Joyner on the right, one of the best beam workers in the Big Ten.
They need a big score because with Aird and Ortiz, they're going to have to take one of those scores.
So far, so good. Back handspring layout step out, so dynamic. As Sophia McClellan is getting ready for her final tumbling pass. A big Rudy to a massive double stag. I love that tumbling pass. She is just all energy all the time.
She's got some shake and bake.
I love it. Hannah Joyner is just so calm, cool, and collected on balance beam. Just the dismount here. It's a double twist, and she knows how to find the landing. Let's see if she can do it. Excuse me, 1.5. She's switching it up on me. 1.5 twist. Hugs all around as she knows that that was phenomenal, and they needed it after a couple scores that they definitely want to drop.
Last to go for the Nittany Lions, Cassidy Rushlow, second team All Big Ten, career high 9.975. I've been talking a lot about the press conference yesterday where 10 athletes represented each school, one for each school, better said. Professional talker, by the way. She was fantastic, I thought.
Fantastic, and fantastic person, fantastic athlete, and this routine so far is fantastic. Just the dismount here, huge! And the littlest hop backward, but Cassidy Rushlow figured out how to upgrade that dismount, get herself in the mix here for these big scores, and she has really made a name for herself.
Emma Silberman, 9.875 career high, fifth to go for Maryland. She was at the press conference as well.
Difficult vault here. She does a full onto the vault, front pike off, big step backward. She really tried to keep that front foot down to minimize the deduction, but loved the difficulty.
Emma Spence, first team All Big Ten, 9.925 career high. A delightful gymnast, Emma Spence.
She is just all business. Opens it up with a front through to a double tuck. Gorgeous job. I love that she competes all the events with her hair in a bun except on floor, really bringing the fun.
While Emma Spence goes, here comes Alexis Rubio, 9.925 career high.
Gosh, that vault is just stunning. Beautiful landing there. She knows how to hone in on that. Remember, it's a 9.95 start value, and she has notched a 9.925, so that means one judge gave her a perfect score once. Emma Spence just bringing it on floor exercise.
Stephanie Zanella on your right, 9.925 career high for Rutgers on the beam.
Last pass, double pike for Emma Spence. What an amazing routine. And the fun is off the charts.
Well done, Emma Spence. Soak it in.
Stephanie Zanella has been phenomenal for Rutgers this season on beam. Side aerial to tuck 1.5, really difficult landing there, and finishes it off with big hugs. She is a beam queen, that's for sure.
The junior from New Jersey, Immaculata High School. Stephanie Zanella. We have gone through 3 rotations. Penn State on the bars. Their anchor, second team All Big Tenner, Cassidy Rushlow. Rotation 4 on the bounce. Session 1, these 6 teams, they could post a score to win it. But the 4 teams coming up, Michigan and Michigan State splitting the regular season. Iowa beating Michigan State right here, ironically. And the Buckeyes come in confident as can be. We come back, we'll be ready to rock and roll with rotation 4. Stay with us. Welcome back to Iowa for Session 1 of the Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championship. And we've got the 4-box. Break it down, Olivia.
Loving this 4-box that we get to see. We're going to see Nebraska on vault, Illinois on uneven bars. Finding lots of great stuff happening. Penn State's going to beam next, but let's talk about the last rotation. 9.825 from Kogler and Rubio on vault. The starter and the anchor love seeing that score match sandwiching the rest of the rotation. Uneven bars, you can't not talk about Cassidy Rushlow. 9.925. She has been on fire this season for the Nittany Lions. Going to bring it on over to balance beam next. Rutgers beam. I have to talk about Hannah Joyner, but I also have to talk about Stephanie Zanella matching her career high at the Big Ten Championship, 9.925. She is so calm, cool, and collected on balance beam. I'm so impressed by her. And finally, floor exercise. Emma Spence, lights out. No more words on that one.
So through 3 rotations, Maryland and Rutgers will sit out. Minnesota at 98.725 with the lead. Penn State in second, 98.25. Illinois at 98.075 with Nebraska. Maryland at 97.975 and Rutgers at 97.725. The leader right now in the all-around, we have a tie. Gianna Gertis from Minnesota, Emma Spence from Nebraska.
We said that the all-around story was going to be interesting to watch, and they are delivering. But this rotation is featuring a lot of electricity across the board. Lots of big stuff happening. Everyone's done 2 events. This is the second half is the beginning.
Emma Spence and Gertis, followed by Hannah Joyner, Maddie Johnson, Cassidy Rushlow, Ava Piedrahita, Jessica Johansson, and then Sophia McClellan from Nebraska, also in the all-around story. Minnesota, 11th in the country on the floor, led by Maya Hooten, as you say. She has a 10 in her name for a reason. There's Penn State getting ready on the beam with her 33rd in the country. Illinois 27th in the country on bars. Nebraska 23rd in the country on the vault. Rotation number 4, Session 1 of the Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships. Great to be alongside Olivia Karras all season long. I'm Dean Linke as you see the lineup for Sarah Shire-Brown, who spent that 1 season at Michigan, I believe, when you were there.
She did. I was a freshman, and she was our volunteer assistant coach. So seeing Sarah grow this program and the accomplishments they've had this season so far is really phenomenal.
Ava Piedrahita, career high, season high, 9.875. She is on the beam for Penn State.
And it is phenomenal to have a freshman leading off your balance beam rotation. In my opinion, the balance beam leadoff is the most difficult spot to be in. Requires a lot of trust and confidence. That's exactly what you just saw in her opening test, back handspring layout step out series.
She has to be in the running for Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
Absolutely. She has been phenomenal this year. Cat leap to side aerial. Nice job working through that. A little bit short on the side aerial, but a little nice work working through that, minimizing the deduction. Switch leap to tuck 3/4, again landing sideways on the balance beam, very tricky. Adjust the dismount here for the great freshman. Round up 1.5 twist. Oh, just that hop forward. Otherwise, that routine was really lovely. Great lead-off performance and a hit to start it off for the Nittany Lions.
Rachel Borden, first to go for Natalie Walsh and the Illini. Career high 9.875, season high 9.85. Rachel Borden for the Illini.
She gets it done quickly in this routine, switches her grip immediately to a Jaeger, to a shoot over. And now check this out. Unique dismount, blind change into a Rudy, and she knows how to find that landing. I don't think I've ever seen her hop on that. Always looking for the landing there. Big hugs for assistant coach Caitlin Betts and a dance as she jumps off the podium.
Yeah, Sophia McClellan, 9.85. First to go for Heather Brink in Nebraska on the vault.
Big full twisting Yurchenko. Let's see if she can find that landing. Oh, yeah. Nebraska said, let's play today. They have been finding those landings all day, and Sophia McClellan is icy on every event.
McClellan now at 29.425 if you're keeping an eye on her overall scores. Move back to the beam. Jessica Johansson, career high, season high, 9.825.
Opening skill here, back handspring layout, step out. Oh no. Oh, a fall there from Jessica Johansson. That will be a 5/10 deduction.
Mallory Leneve for Minnesota, 9.925 career high. Remember, Minnesota, 11th in the country on the floor.
Nice job working through her side aerial there on balance beam for Jessica. Again, this routine could count, as we don't know what else could happen in the remainder of the lineup, so have to continue and finish it out strong. Cat leap into switch side as lovely opening tumbling run from Mallory Leneve. Dismount for Jessica, round off 1.5 twist. Gets the stick, but unfortunately that fall was not what they were looking for, so they will want to drop that routine. Beautiful.
Mallory, yep.
Excuse me, Dean, 1.5 front layout.
Seeing Mallory Leneve on the floor for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Best score this season, 9.85, but she has put up a 9.925.
Final pass here, double tuck. Oh no, oh no, oh. Looks like her legs gave out a little bit and she just couldn't stay on her feet. Oh, the rest of the routine was great. That's not what they were looking for, unfortunately.
Katie Keeneman, 9.825 career and season high. Second to go on the vault for the Cornhuskers, 23rd in the country on this apparatus.
Another full twisting Yurchenko here for Katie. Nice height, just that hop back and a little bit diagonally to the left, but another hit vault for Katie Keeneman.
Keeneman from Texas East Gymnastics. Illinois on the bars, Caitlin Ewald.
Good first handstand. With blind change into her straddle, Jaeger. Nice execution there, closing her legs as she grabs the bar.
Caitlin from the Zone Gymnastics. Isabella Salcedo on your right for a moment ago, but we're gonna stay right here on the bars.
Big dismount, full twisting, double back, a little messy in the legs there on the landing and a hop forward, so that is an under rotation, but a hit routine.
Salceda, 995 career high. Sophomore from the Texas Dreams Gymnastics program.
And talk about performance. This is an absolute joy to watch Isabella Salcedo on balance beam. Unbelievably difficult standing punch front. Her facial expressions and her movement on the beam is so effortless. Jump combination here. Split jump into straddle 3/4, making it look easy, and I can confirm that that is not easy. And just the dismount, front layout with a full twist to an absolutely flawless stuck landing, and a big hug from Sarah Brown. Isabella Salcedo is honestly one of the most confident balance beam workers I've ever seen. That was thrilling to watch.
Third to go for the Illini on the bars, Mallory Mizuki, career high 9.9, season high 9.875. She scored that score in her last meet.
Nice job on her piked Jaeger release move, caught a little close to the bar. But good work bringing it back on the bail handstand transition to the low bar. Lovely handstand work. Line full, double tuck. Oh, just hung off the bar a little bit early, under rotation and a hop forwards.
Asia Hall, third up for the Cornhuskers, 9.875, career and season high.
Asia also performs a full twisting Yurchenko. Oh, goodness. Little low on that landing. It looks like her knees might not have touched the ground, but that definitely will be the vault score that they would like to drop.
Haley Gibble, fourth to go on the beam for Penn State. The freshman from Prestige Gymnastics, career and season high 9.9. Off to a good start.
Gorgeous front aerial to back tuck. Love that the team and the coaching staff are switching up some of these skills and the routines to best suit the athlete, make her feel as comfortable as possible.
Amelia Knight getting ready to go on the bars. 9.95 career high for her as you watch Gibble on the beam, Knight on the bars for Penn State and Illinois respectively.
Huge release move on uneven bars for Amelia Knight, directly connected to the shoot over. And we're seeing excellent side by side here. Perfect work on balance beam. Oh! If she had gotten that stick, that truly might have been her best routine ever. Just a little off there. And a step forward for Haley Gibble. Not a perfect stuck landing. So just some slight little nervous mistakes on landings here, but both athletes on the apparatus were phenomenal.
Penn State has some youngsters really making a mark to know that the future is going to be bright for Penn State. Martina Coleman, career high 9.9, season high 9.875, Cornhuskers.
Here we go, another full twisting Yurchenko, a little bit of knees in the air as we talked about with our deduction slab, just a slight bend. Toes could be a little more pointed, but after the fall from Asia Hall, that is what the Huskers needed to get back on track.
Gianna Gertis, first team All Big Ten, 9.95. Her mom, Marcy, who went to my high school, sitting right behind us. And Cassidy Rushlow. These are two superstars you're seeing side by side. Gertis on the floor for Minnesota, Rushlow on the beam for Penn State.
This is phenomenal to watch both these athletes side by side. Absolute treat for all of us. Opening pass for Gianna Gertis. Front through to a double tuck. Good work staying in bounds. Beat jump to massive split 3/4 for Cassidy Rushlow.
Well, these are two exquisite gymnasts. It's hard to decide where to focus.
It's honestly so much fun watching both of these athletes next to each other. Back handspring layout step out for Cassidy Rushlow. Just the slightest little balance check. Nothing too major. As Gianna Gerdes gears up for her final pass. Side aerial there for Cassidy Rushlow. Little bit of a leg lift, so very minor deduction. But final pass for Gerdes, double pipe. I truly don't see how that routine performed like that can ever go below a 9.95, but hey, I'm no judge.
Gianna Gerdes, the real deal, and you feel like Ramler and Loper, a little bit of mix of both of them in Gianna Gerdes.
And that routine for Cassidy Rushlow, a little shaky here and there, but finishing off with a nice dismount and another hit routine over on balance beam with just one athlete to go.
Kinsey Davis, fifth up on the vault for Nebraska. Second team all Big Ten, 9.9 career high. What a presence she has.
Full twisting Yurchenko here for Kinsey Davis. Stuck landing. Oh, she has a little bit of a leg bend there in the air, but I'm loving the fun being had over on vault for Nebraska.
The junior from Huntersville, North Carolina. Ready now for Illinois, Olivia O'Donnell, 9.925 career high, season high, 9.9. Olivia O'Donnell on the bars for the Illini.
Olivia O'Donnell went to the same gym as me, so I love watching her elegance as she competes, and she truly epitomizes beauty across the board. Beautiful blindfold double tuck, the IK Gymnastics native. Loving it from Olivia O'Donnell. I guess those IK coaches know how to produce Olivias, huh?
Hallie Remingler has put up a 10. Second team all Big Ten. Get ready for Remlinger. You saw Gerdes, now Remlinger, then Hooten. Part of the reason Minnesota, number 11 in the country on the floor.
Opening pass for Hallie.
On the beam, Maddie Johnston, the anchor for Penn State.
And a beautiful full twisting double tuck for Hallie Remlinger. Nice job for Maddie Johnston. Back handspring layout, step out. Split jump into a sheep jump, beautifully executed. And talk about beautifully executed. Perfect middle pass there for Hallie Remlinger. Nice side aerial for Maddie Johnston. And a full turn finishing on high toe. That is a treat.
Minnesota might just hang a big old number here.
They sure could. And Hallie Remlinger with a big double tuck, a little bit of a large step, nothing major, a little bit large, did not step out of bounds. But great work on floor and a finish on balance beam there from Maddie Johnston. Not a stuck landing, a little under rotated. A little bit of a shaky rotation for them, unfortunately, but they did hit.
Emma Spence, 9.925, last to go for Nebraska. Emma Spence in the running for the all-around.
10-0 start value vault. 1.5. Looks like she threw her chest forward a little bit, which resulted in continued forward motion. I've seen her nail that vault before, so not quite on top of it, but a hit, and she is definitely still in the all-around picture.
Mia Takakawa, 9.95 career high, season high. Last to go on the bars for the Illini.
And Mia can be special here. She qualified as an individual to the national championship on this event. So we hype her up on beam, but she is equally hypeable on bars.
First team all Big Ten.
So far, so good here. If she can get the stick, this could be massive. Oh, yeah. She knows it, too. Loving the excitement from Mia Takakawa. Woo! I'm sweating a little bit after that one. That was phenomenal.
Well, speaking of sweating, you talk about a crowd pleaser right here. Maya Hooten. She won last year, tying with high school for the floor. first team all Big Ten, just exquisite on the floor.
It's honestly so hard to not want to be her biggest fan because this routine is just phenomenal. Her energy is unmatched. Her facial expressions, her tumbling is huge. Everything she does fits into this beautifully tied bow of a floor routine, and now we get to sit back and watch it. And I'll be watching you too, Dean. I think you're sweating as much as I am right now.
Yeah, she is so much fun.
And the floor is hers. Talk about a moment.
Here she goes. The floor title last year, Maya, Abbey High School, and Lauren Guerin, one of the all-time greats at Iowa.
Opening pass here. Full twisting, double tuck. Gorgeous job. Smallest little scoot with her front foot, but man, does Maya Hooten know how to put on a show. Leap combination, switch side, straddle full. Great control there. Dean, I think she just looked at you.
Yes.
Second pass for Maya. Front full to a huge front pike. Talk about saltos rising. That should be in the code of points as the perfect example of how to perform a combination pass.
It does not matter what color you're wearing. When Maya Hooten is out there, all eyes are on Maya Hooten.
All eyes are always on Maya Hooten. Final pass for Maya Hooten ends with a double tuck. Absolutely perfect. I literally don't have words. That was just, oh, wow. I'm like screaming for her. That was just pristine gymnastics. Pristine.
Teammates calling for a 10. I heard you during the routine mention one misstep, so perhaps a 10 is not there, but it's going to be a big number.
It will definitely be a big number. Again, gymnastics is subjective. We don't know what they see at their angle versus our angle, so there's always a difference in what's happening. I see a couple 995s going up, so regardless, it will be a huge number, and it's sounding like a 9.95.
So a 9.95. Couple of first team all Big Teners on display. Mia Takakawa, what a leader she's been for Illinois. Maya Hooten, she's still got another year left. We move to the fifth rotation when we return. Our coverage of the 2023 Women's Gymnastics Championships continues to later today with Session 2. You'll see 4 top 25 teams in the nation, including number 2 Michigan, who I think could win another national championship. Number 12 Michigan State, who might go deeper than they've ever gone in their history. Number 16 Ohio State, and on their home gym, number 25 Iowa. Live coverage coming up at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Minnesota hanging up a big number. Fifth rotation when we return. Good look inside as we take a look at the perfect 10s in women's championship history, Big Ten style.
It is impressive enough to get a perfect 10, but to do it at the Big Ten Championship, and last year Sierra Brooks received one on the vault. The year before, Natalie Wojcik on vault as well. Lots of amazing athletes here on this slab, and loving the excitement so far this season with all these perfect 10s.
Perfect 10s this season, in fact, let alone at championship time. 4 on the vault, 1 on the beam, 1 on the bars, 2 on the floor. That's the focus of our State Farm State of Success. Maya Hooten not once, but twice with a perfect 10 on the floor this season.
And talk about the representation of teams on that slab. Lots of perfection happening around here, and I don't know, Dean, this last vault rotation here for Minnesota, they are looking really good, and if they can hone in these landings like I've seen them do this season, they could hang a big number in the clubhouse, as you like to say, going into the evening session.
Minnesota on the vault, number 13 in the country, which is another reason why you're talking about that big number. Maryland on the bars, they're number 23 in the country. Illinois on the beam, Rutgers on the floor. Illinois 19th in the country, third in the Big Ten on the beam. Rutgers 38th in the country on the floor. Maryland and Rutgers set out the last rotation. And Rhea LeBlanc, 9.875, career and season high.
Little rush on her first handstand there. A nice piked Jaeger, caught a little bit with flexed feet.
Avery Balzer on the floor for Rutgers, 9.825 career high.
Good job working through that final handstand. Let's see if Rhea can get the stick on the double layout. Small little hop forward, but great leadoff performance for the Terps as Avery Balzer gears up for her first tumbling pass of her floor routine. Nice control on that double tuck. Perfect lunge.
Balzer, the junior from Carroll, Ohio, Blue Carroll High School.
Nice, difficult combination there. Switch ring, switch half into a straddle full. A little lack of split on the switch half, so the judges are looking for that 180 degrees. For Avery Balzer, her combination pass. 1.5. Oh no, oh gosh. Looks like she just missed the punch. Thankfully, she looks okay. She got back up, but just missed the punch in between the skills.
You feel so bad when you see it happen.
And then you have to finish the routine, and here she goes for her final pass. It's really important to always finish out at the end, and what a great job they're doing exactly that with her Rudy. But they need 5-hit routines now after a fall in the leadoff spot.
Marissa Jenks, first to go for Minnesota. Again, number 13 in the country, 9.85 career high for Marissa.
Full twisting Yurchenko here as the leadoff vault. Nice work, a little pike in the hips going into the landing, which resulted in the hop backward, but really well done for Marissa Jenks to lead off their final event of the championship.
The biggest move Minnesota made is they are 10th in the conference out of 10 teams on the beam, and they put up their biggest score of the season as we move over to Victoria Gatzendorfer for Brett Nelligan's Maryland Terrapins, 9.875 her career high.
Nice job on her transitions there. A little leg separation on the pack salto, so the judges will deduct for that. Beautiful handstand on the high bar to a difficult Stalder, double tuck, stuck landing, and a big hug for Brett Nelligan. He's fired up.
Mallory Mizuki next up on the beam, 9.95 career high, season high 9.875. Mizuki, Illinois.
Mallory has really gained so much confidence on balance beam, competing as if she's on the floor. So much expression in her dance on balance beam, and head coach Natalie Walsh said that that was one of their main focuses. She wanted her athletes to compete on beam so comfortably, and look at that amazing angle we had there. Back handspring layout step out really gave you an idea of just how small, 4 inches wide, the balance beam is. Switch leap, straddle quarter. Great job on the landing. So far, so good.
Mizuki from Shelby Township, Michigan, Olympia Gymnastics Academy. Meanwhile, you see Maya Jones on the right on the floor for Rutgers. Her career highs on 9.85.
Maya Jones leading up for her first pass, a double pike, perfect lunge there. As Mallory Mizuki is finishing off with a gator pike to a duck landing. Way to hold that there to give no tenths away. Big hugs, hyping the crowd up. She is a blast.
She really is.
Really nice work there. Combination pass from Maya Jones. Front layout to a Rudy. You see the score in for Avery Balzer, an 8.7. So, of course, that is the score the Scarlet Knights would look to drop. And good thing, because they have a program record set this year of a 49.425 on this event. So they can do it if they can just hone in here.
Maya Jones out of McKinney, Texas, Independence High School.
1.5 to a front layout. A little bit of a jump forward there. So not a perfect landing, but they really needed that. She just has the best smile. So much fun in this routine.
Third up on the bars for Maryland, Sasha Rosowski.
Line change, straddle Jaeger. Good job working through that, lacking a little bit of amplitude, but a nice bail handstand there in her transition. Back up to the high bar. Good job hitting that final handstand. Just the dismount here, a double layout. Oh, she had it. She just couldn't perfectly control the landing. The judges need to see that you have perfect control before you continue moving forward.
Abby Miller, 9.925 career high, 9.875 season high. Spoke to her this morning and asked her about Miller. And she said as a child it was hard because everybody called her Mueller, but it's pronounced Miller.
Gorgeous back handspring layout step out for Abby. She is so fun and spunky on this event, so much confidence. Switch leap, a little bit off there, but the veteran she is really just kept her core tight, found her balance, minimized a deduction.
Sierra Kondo, fourth up on the bars for Maryland. She has a career high of 9.925.
Nice beach up to front toss for Abby. She gears up for her dismount. And side by side, a massive straddle Jaeger directly connected to her shoot over for Sierra. A good job for Abby Miller, a hop forward on the landing, but a great routine and a step backward there on bars for Sierra Kondo. But we're seeing so much gymnastics right now. It's so exciting to watch everything going on. The arena's loud. It's great.
Sarah Mora for Minnesota, 9.85 career high.
Full twisting Yurchenko, just a step backward, a decent sized step. So judges are looking for that and looking for the body position as she goes into the landing. And another hit vault for Minnesota in their final rotation.
Mora, freshman from Holland, Michigan. We're joining Emily Wood for Rutgers on the floor. She's got a career high of 9.925, and she's always got a little extra pep in her step.
And a lovely pass there, front double twist as the end of her routine, like we saw from Emma Silberman from Maryland earlier, ending with those difficult passes is really impressive. And I'm loving her energy over on over on floor.
Mia Towns, 9.925 career high set this season, 9.85 in her last event. You see the 9.9 from Mizuki. Miller with a 9.8. Mia Towns ready to go for the Illini.
I had the pleasure of watching Mia Towns do a beam dance through yesterday, so none of her actual acrobatic and dance skills, but just the dance. Just doing her poses and flowing through the motions, and it was like watching a performance. She just knows how to sell a beam routine, just like she knows how to sell a floor routine. Nice switch leap, straddle quarter, a little bit of flexed feet there in the straddle position. It's one of the deductions we outlined that the judges are looking for. into a front toss. Flawless execution.
Emma Silverman, right side of your Big Ten Network screen, on the bars for Maryland with a career high of 9-9.
Lovely back handspring layout step out there, as well as a beautiful Ginger release move from Emma Silverman. A little off on her bail handstand. Looked like her arm almost slipped, but bravo for continuing through this routine. Double layout. Oh, she just looked a little off there after the minor slip, but wow, I'm impressed with her staying on there. And 1.5 twist there from Mia Towns. It looked like one leg just ever so slightly moved, so it wasn't a stuck perfect landing, but the height, I mean, how could you not be excited about that height?
Well, you're right, Mia Towns, it's like she's doing a floor routine on the beam. It's just incredible. Here we go for Maryland, Hallie Remlinger.
Tucked 1.5 twist, a little bit of a different vault. We see 1.5s, but not really tucked. Still starts from a 10.0. Nice work from Hallie Remlinger. Step forward on the landing. But Minnesota is still in this. They are still putting up some really great vaults.
Let's see if Remlinger can pass her career high of 9.875. Last to go on the bars for Maryland, Aleka Chickness, 9.925, and one of the athletes that you picked out to feature.
And there's a reason. Her bar work is impeccable. Huge straddle Jaeger. Right back up to the high bar. A little over on that handstand, but she really brought it back and nailed the bail handstand on the low bar. Back up to high bar.
See Rutu Nataraj, 9.925 on the beam for Illinois.
Back handspring layout step out. Really nice job. Rutu spent the summer competing for India at the Commonwealth Games. She represented India, and head coach Natalie Walsh said that her confidence on balance beam in particular has grown instrumentally since competing internationally. She says she came back a completely different balance beam worker, and we're seeing that right here with the amazing tempo of this routine. Flutter jump into a front aerial. So much confidence and strength there in her arm positions at the end of that skill. Beautiful full turn, required element. Just the dismount here for Rutu. Round off, 1.5 twist. Oh, a little off there. It looked like her left shoulder dipped ever so slightly. So not a perfect stick, but a really well done routine on the apparatus.
Gianna Gertis leading the all-around story, 9.875 career high, fourth to go for Minnesota on the ball.
Gianna performs a 1.5 twist as well, similar to Hallie, just that step forward, but her execution in the air is really remarkable. So well done, just couldn't nail it perfectly.
Hannah Joyner, 9.95 career high on the floor for Rutgers.
And there is a reason for that. Hannah Joyner performs a floor routine so well. The tumbling is just done flawlessly. Impeccable shape there on her split position. Difficult jump as well for those gymnastics fans out there. That is not an easy jump. Second pass for Hannah. Front full to a front layout. Lifted her leg a little bit early before lunging, but nothing major at all.
Mia Takakawa going on the beam, winner in 2022 on the beam with a 9.95. She has received a score of 10 on the beam.
And we are watching greatness next to greatness right now. Two of the best gymnasts to ever come through the Big Ten as Hannah Joyner finishes off with an excellent 1.5 front pike to a no deduction landing. And no deduction landing is in the air as Mia Takakawa, perfect series side aerial back handspring. Lovely full turn there, required element on balance beam.
Mia sharing that title with Natalie Wojcik and Lexi Ramler a year ago with those 995s.
Switch leap to a straddle quarter. Beautiful extension on both her leap and the straddle position. This routine is just so fluid.
Maddie Quarles, perfect 10 this year, second team all Big Ten. Here she goes for Minnesota on the right hand.
Another 1.5 twist. Oh, little under rotated today. As Takakawa it was a stick, it was a college stick. I'll give her the stick, but she was a little off before she could show full control, blowing kisses to the audience as she finishes a phenomenal routine.
Getting ready to go for Rutgers on the floor, Emily Lease, who can throw a big number. While we wait, we go to Maya Hooten, second last year at the Big Ten Championships, career high 9.975.
Another 1.5 twist, a 10-0 start value. Littlest hop forward. That should be a big number, as that was the best landing of the rotation for Minnesota.
Still waiting for Emily Lease. Rutgers on the floor.
I love this moment for Emily Lease as she has really stepped up across the board on 3 events.
We're going to go back and take a look at Amelia Knight, who was the leadoff for Natalie Walsh on the beam, coming in with a career high of 9.925 set this year.
Wow. Love this chance to see as many routines as possible, especially from this phenomenal beam team at Illinois. Beautiful switch leap to a leap. As Emily Lease is ready to go, the anchor for the Scarlet Knights on floor exercise. Lovely series side aerial back handspring for Amelia. Opening pass here for Emily Lease, full twisting, double tuck. Oh gosh, a little under rotated there, unfortunately. Judges will deduct for the chest position being a little low, as well as the landing deduction. Just the dismount here for Amelia Knight to finish off her routine. Gator full. Landing a little bit up on her toes. College salute once again. What a great leadoff performance for the Illini, and her performance really catapulted them through a phenomenal rotation.
She scored a 9.85 to lead off for Natalie Walsh and the Illini.
Final pass here for Emily Lease. It's her combination pass. It's a tricky one. Run through into a big double tuck. Little bit of a bounce back there. Not a perfect landing on either of her passes, unfortunately. And I know she was really wanting that fantastic, perfect routine, but she still has vault to go, and she is pretty phenomenal over there.
Speaking of phenomenal, Minnesota with a 197.25. They are done, led by Maya Hooten with a 9.925 on the vault, and Takakawa with a 9.95 on the beam. The final rotation when we return. Essex Championship is brought to you by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Last night was the real deal. It was so refreshing. You think about what these athletes have gone through with COVID, with it being canceled, and it's been incredible. And of course, the 4 teams that we'll see later today were also there last night, and they were walking away with so many awards. Don't forget that second session with Michigan, Michigan State, Iowa, and Ohio State.
You are going to see pure excellence later. Jerquavia Henderson on the rise, looking for that 10 on floor. Abby High School is lights out. Gabby Stephen is moving and grooving. And Peyton Harris, man, I don't have enough words to talk about how great she is.
We're coming back with the final rotation to see a whole lot more greatness. Stay with us on the Big Ten Network. Welcome back to Extreme Arena, home to the 2023 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championship Session 1 here in Iowa. Alongside Olivia Karras, I'm Dean Linke, and we are down to the final rotation. Minnesota, by the way, their second highest score of the season with a 197.25, just under their highest score of 197.6. And speaking of Minnesota, they are featured in the all-around. Gianna Gertis, 39.475, and as you said, I do like to say, she is the clubhouse leader.
She definitely had a great day so far, and that's the score to beat if we're talking all around right now. Still another rotation here in session 1, but session 2 is jam-packed with all-around superstars, so lots of gymnastics to be had, but loving the all-around story so far.
So take a look at our numbers going into the last rotation. Minnesota and Illinois are done. Penn State comes in with a 147.175 with one more rotation. Maryland 147.075. Nebraska an even 147, and Rutgers at 146.275.
Last rotation here, last events. Let's see what we can get out of the day. Some all-around winners, some event winners. And let's hone in on some landings. I haven't seen as many stuck landings today as I thought I would on championship day. Again, we have another session, so lots of sticks to come, but I'm excited about this. All these teams on the events they're on right now have really been pushing it. So this is an opportunity to capitalize on the energy of a last rotation at the Big Ten Championships.
Clara Colombo blowing kisses to the Big Red fans. Nebraska has been really loud. They're right behind us, and they're really into it.
They're crushing it.
So final rotation, we'll see Rutgers on the ball. Nebraska, they are number 28 in the country on the bars. Maryland, number 30 in the country on the beam. Penn State, Maddie Johnston, 9.85, career and season high.
Maddie opens up with a really nice double pike. Excellent control there on that landing. Very pretty leap combination. Good work getting those leaps all the way around.
So now we get a look at Sophia McClellan on the bars for Nebraska, where she has a 9.875 career high.
Nice Rudy there on floor for Maddie Johnson. And a huge straddle Jaeger for Sophia McClellan. Good transition to the low bar and nice little moonwalk there over on floor exercise as Maddie Johnston gears up for her last pass, and Sophia McClellan hangs out in a perfect handstand.
Shout out moonwalk Paige Ziziski.
Yeah, we love our Paige Ziziski. And a big double layout for Sophie McClellan. Couldn't quite get the stuck landing, a hop back, but great leadoff performance for the Huskers. And a great leadoff performance from Maddie Johnston.
So Maddie Johnston, we can see if she can top that 9.85. Emma Silberman on the beam for Maryland, where they're 30th in the country. 9.85 career and season high for Silberman.
We talked about her in the Open as she's coming back from this injury and really stepping up as a leader. Good job there on that triple series. Very difficult. Little bit of a wobble, but she did a nice job of bringing it right back to center, tightening up her body.
Second team all Big Ten selection, Emma Silverman.
Very pretty switch leap to a straddle quarter. Good job using her core there and staying right on top of the balance beam for a no deduction landing. Just the dismount here, a round off 1.5 twist. Oh, just that step backward. Unfortunately under-rotated and the step, so that's a decent-sized deduction.
Cassidy Rushlow, second up on the floor for Penn State. 9.875 career high, 9.8 season high. And she gets the highest marks from Sarah Shire Brown on how she has helped the young freshmen and sophomores.
She is phenomenal. I had a chance to talk with her yesterday at the banquet, and I had a great time catching up with her. Unfortunate there. Little over-rotated, did step back. You saw the flag go up. So that is a flat 1/10 out of bounds. But a little off there on her jumps as well. Just looked a little frazzled after that landing.
Anna Pagliaro, first vault for Rutgers. She has a career high of 9.825.
Combination pass here for Cassidy Rushlow. And a stuck landing on vault for Anna Pagliaro. What a start for the Scarlet Knights on vault. And a great job. Wanted to point out that Cassidy Rushlow was close to that end of the floor on her pass, but really made sure to stay inbounds. Final pass here. Rudy. And a little off there. She didn't quite get the punch into the split jump as she normally does. Just off overall on that routine from start to finish.
Second up for Nebraska on the bars, Jennison Gibson, who comes in with a career high and season high of 9.875 for the Cornhuskers.
Genesis has excellent technique on uneven bars. Absolutely huge. Maloney right back down to the low bar. Pristine half turn. I mean, such great technical work here.
Sophomore from Prosper, Texas, World Olympic Gymnastics Academy.
If she could get the dismount here, this could be a huge score. Oh my gosh. Just a little bit off there on the landing, but her technique is so superior. And the routine really shows how great it is.
Maya Jones, vault, Rutgers, career high, season high, 9.8.
Another full twisting Yurchenko here for Maya. Big height, just that hop backward. A little bit of loose knees in the air, so execution-wise, the judges are looking for that.
Elizabeth DeBarbery, first pass on the beam for Maryland. Career high 9.9, season high 9.825.
Really nice back handspring layout, step out. Switch leap to a tuck 3/4. Stalled a little bit right there in between the connection, so the judges will give her the connection, but might take a little bit on it overall.
Clara Colombo for Nebraska on the bars, career and season high 9.925.
Nice cat leap to front aerial, and this routine by Clara is absolutely stunning. Huge piked Jaeger, right down to the low bar with her pack salto. But my favorite part of this routine is the dismount. It is an upgrade, gymnastics fans. From an eagle grip, you know what that means. And a nice dismount there from Elizabeth DeBarbery, but
yes,
that landing from Clara Colombo is honestly just poetry in motion. I mean, that dismount it's amazing. It's amazing.
I can't wait to see what Colombo's score is. Gabrielle Dilby for Rutgers, 9.8 career high.
Another full twisting Yurchenko here. Good work on that landing. Needed to wait just a little bit more before saluting.
Ava Piedrahita, one of the top freshmen in the conference, career and season high 9.9.
First pass here for Ava. Big double pike. Little bit of a bounce there. Wasn't a perfect lunge back, but very well controlled.
She and Maddie Johnson, both from Hills Gymnastics.
Love seeing how she's opened up in this routine. We covered one of their first meets earlier in the season, and she just seemed so nervous as a freshman.
Emma Spence on the unevens for Nebraska, 9.975, career and season high. Colombo, 9.925, tying her career high.
Amazing. Beautiful work so far on both these apparatus. Amazing 1.5 front layout for Ava Pietrahita, and Emma Spence making it happen. Over there, 2 perfect stuff landings side by side. Emma Spence on bars, Ava Pietrahita, that was the best landing of all 3 there on floor exercise.
Well, you can see what Spence gets. She's a 9.95 to tie Gertis. As we move back over to air, 9.875, career high for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Another full twisting Yurchenko here for Aaliyah. Beautiful work. I saw her stick one in the 4-minute touch. I was just hoping that she would carbon copy that in competition, but a great vault for her, being back in the lineup. Awesome stuff.
Reese McClure on the beam for Maryland. Reese comes in with a 9.925 career high.
Reese opens up with her series here. Front aerial, good job working through there. Back handspring. In a series where you're going front to back, it's extremely important to keep your arms moving and not show any pause in the connection. Reese did a great job doing that.
So we can tell you Spence a point shy of, a 1/10 of a point that is, of Gertis. So Gertis still the leader in the all-around.
Cat lead to a front toss beat jump for Reese McClure. Excellent job.
Jessica Johansson, 9.875 on the floor for Penn State.
And a beautiful Rudy dismount from Reese McClure. Little hop back, but the hug says it all. Loving the emotion on the floor right now. Jessica Johansson gearing up for her next pass. 1.5 to a Brandy, a layout half right into that big jump. So dynamic. Great work on her jumps. Final pass here for Jessica Johansson. Cap off a beautiful routine. Lovely double tuck, excellent work. She has had a phenomenal day. And the hug says it all.
Kinsey Davis, 5th to go for Nebraska. 9.975, career high, 9.925.
And this routine is packed with difficulty. Maloney right up to the high bar, directly into a Hindorf release move out of a clear hip. So tricky. Little tipped over on that bail handstand if I'm being really picky. Again, judges sit on the side, so we're seeing a little bit of a different angle. The dismount here to a college stick. She didn't show the perfect control there. Went right up on her toes, but good work.
Hannah Joyner, 9.9 career high.
Big full twisting Yurchenko here. Oh, big hop there on the landing. She couldn't quite dial in like I've seen her do before on that vault, but a big vault nonetheless, and a great all-around performance by Hannah Joyner.
We're gonna miss her. Nina Varova, 9.925. Next to go for Sarah Shire Brown and the Penn State Nittany Lions.
got to cover Elina when she received her career high earlier in the season. And head coach Sarah Brown told us that that was a highlight of that competition for her, seeing Elina really nail that routine.
Emma Simpton last to go for Nebraska on the uneven bars. She has a career high, season high of 9.9.
Full twisting double tuck, close to the line there, but it looks like she stayed in, which is extremely impressive. Good work on bars here from Emma Simpton. A little over on that handstand half turn. But a nice handstand on the high bar, and a stick here would be big. Oh yeah! That's how you finish off a championship. Bravo!
Sophomore from Dallas, Texas, Metroplex Gymnastics, Simpton. Stay right here with Elina and the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Beautiful leap, switch ring into a tourgite wolf bull. So much happening in that combination. Final pass here for Elina. Front lay to a front full, lunge forward. Very nice work and a great routine to cap off her competition day.
Well done. Emily Lease, last to go for Rutgers, 9.925, career and season high.
Emily performs a Yurchenko 1.5 twist. Oh, just that hop forward, but man, has she figured out that vault. Really has done such a great job, and as she should, she ties the Rutgers program history score on vault with 9.925.
Last on the beam for Maryland, second team All Big Ten, Josephine Kogler, 9.925, career and season high.
Beautiful switch leap, straddle quarter. Big combination here, two back handsprings into a layout, step out. Excellent poise there on the landing.
Kogler from St. Anthony's High School out of New York. A lot of big-time athletes from that school.
Little bit of a bobble there on her front walkover skill, her forward skill, as I mentioned. All athletes need to move forward and backward. Good job working through her switch leap, split jump, a little shy of split with that back leg. Nice dismount there for Josephine Kogler. Way to cap off the Terps night.
Isabella Salcedo now on your screen, representing Penn State in the anchor spot on the floor with a 9.95 career high.
And notice that 9.5 there from Cassidy Rushlow that they are looking to drop. And Isabella Salcedo, man, is she the one to do it. Very unique pass here. Double front to a lunge forward. She just is elegance and power personified. Loving the hype energy over in the back there from Corey Tomlinson. Really getting the crowd hyped up here. Gorgeous combination pass, front layout to a front full, right into the pike. And lots of hugs and excitement because that was the perfect way to cap off session 1.
We mentioned the Big Red fans. They love, by way of Italy, Clara Colombo, the senior, tying her career high 9.925. We'll be back to wrap up the session 1 after this. Coming up, men's gymnastics comes your way as number 5 Illinois and number 3 Michigan compete in a top 5 matchup next only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Session 1 of the 2023 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championship is complete in the Minnesota Golden Gophers with a 197.25.
And that's the score to beat right now, and those are the teams to do it. Iowa, Michigan, Ohio State, and Michigan State coming up later this evening. But bravo to the Golden Gophers hanging on there at the top so far.
So that's going to wrap it up for Session 1 here at the 2023 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships in Iowa, where Minnesota is your clubhouse leader and Minnesota's Gianna Gertis is your leader for the all-around. Join us right back here at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for Session 2, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Iowa. I want to thank Jim Wrestler, Jeff Clark, our great crew, Olivia Karras. Coming up, it's men's gymnastics, number 5 Illinois, number 3 Michigan with Connor and Brandon.